Thursday, and I didn't know whether I would podcast every day, vlog every day, or every few days. So I'm just cleaning my mirror. I thought, let's do it. Today, I'm going to be honest, is a bad day. I have a video call in 45 minutes to see whether or not I'm made redundant from my job, and it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter either way. I am happy with whatever the decision is, but of course that's not pleasant. So let's see what happens. So happy that today is the day, and I pulled out my fabrics for my stocking, and I found some trims and things, and I pulled out my Christmas cards so we can paint some Christmas cards and do some really nice things. And yeah, maybe we could go for a walk today. Let's see. I can show you autumn in Shrewsbury. It's very pretty. Maybe go for a walk, maybe get a hot chocolate, we'll see. I don't leave the house very much. Jason's still working. Sometimes we'll pop out and get something for takeaway and then bring it back home. But it's quite nice just to have a walk and sit on a bench, just look at the river for a few minutes, just get that air. But that does make a really big difference, I think. So I'm going to pop on some makeup, just a little bit. So I noticed just doesn't look so nice. So there we go, there's before. And I do the, well, there's not really an after, it'll look the same. And maybe I'll show you this dress. This is the Wilder gown. Nina running up the stairs, I can hear her, she claws on the carpet. This is the Wilder gown. I can't remember who it's by, it's a pattern, and I loved it on the mannequin. I made it, I put it on my mannequin, I thought, oh, it's beautiful, and then I put it on me and it just looks there. But it fits me, and you know, there's room in there as well, so that's fine. All right. Ooh. Didn't take very long. I've got another 40 minutes so before my phone call, so I'm going to work on this cushion back, which is one of Molly Klein's designs, and do you know, I thought I was doing a poor job of it, but I've put it down for a little while and now I'm picking it back up. I think it looks, I've done actually a really great job. So how pretty. I'm going to start adding a little bit, few rows I think, and then I've got plenty to go in. And then I did, look at this mess. Oh dear, dear, oh dear. And I've got quite a few that I'm not going to use in the front because the front's finished, and I'll just unravel these and pop them in my granny stripe blanket so that won't go to waste. Oh dear me. Maybe I should sort this, sort this out first. Ah! So yeah. Oh, I also have got a mince pie. I got a mince pie a few days ago. I did a shop, and just at the till, I don't know if that's a worldwide thing, but when you get to the till, that's where they will place some lovely things. And just to make you do that like little extra purchase at the end. Anyway, it was a lovely farm shop, and what did I go into? Oh, I only went in to get a bottle of water because I was feeling a bit dizzy. And I took my water to the till, and there was just this 4 homemade mince pies. They just look so good. And they tasted even better. I've got one left. Oh, maybe we could go for a walk today and get some more mince pies. They were so worth it. I don't even know how much I paid for them. They probably were quite expensive, I imagine. Well, I don't know. Anyway, they were spectacular, and usually I like a deep fill. So like a really high mince pie with a lot of filling. But this was a shallow, very little filling. And yet it was so good. The pastry was melt in mouth. No dry crustiness, all delicious. And the tiniest amount of filling, and yet it was so flavourful. That with a little cup of tea, well, it's a big. I have one left. That's my treat for the day. Not that I do like what I don't ration the treats. If I fancy more than one treat, I want more than one treat. Oh, and I've got Libucan hearts as well. They're like gingerbread hearts filled with apricot jam, but like a soft gingerbread, like a sponge, and then dipped in dark chocolate. I like to keep those by my spot just in case you fancy a little something when you're crafting. So yeah, actually maybe this isn't going to be a bad day. I feel like this is going to be a really good day. I'll catch up with you in a couple of hours, and we can look at some fabrics, and I'm going to cut out some hexagons, which is going to be fun. So see you in a little while. Deserving now of the aforementioned mince pie. And then I'm thinking also, I've got a couple of tea bags. Sorry, I've got a couple of tea bags knocking about. Lipton blueberry muffin tea. I think that'll do quite nicely. And yep, I'm happy. Happy days. It's nice when things turn out the way you were expecting that they would. So, no surprises. And I've got this really lovely mug. I love this mug. It looks like a teacup, but it's massive. And where was this from? This was from Anthropology. They do really, really nice mugs and cups. This was an artist collab. I don't know who the artist was. I'm sure it says it on the bottom. I could have gone wrong. Anyway, the light is pretty abysmal at the ground floor. So I think let's grab some fabric. I want to iron some fabric, cut out some hexis, and these just arrived in the post. Little glue refills. I did intend, for my English paper piecing, I glue based, and these are quite expensive compared to other glue sticks, and I know that lots of people just use normal glue sticks, cheaper brands, and then use that instead. But the pen, I'll show you the pen, it's just so pleasant to use because of the thickness of it. It's just like using a normal pen. So it's very close to my face, and it just makes the crafting so easy and convenient and pleasurable that I think I'd rather spend that little bit more so that I can enjoy what I'm doing. each to their own. But anyway, I've got 8 of them. So 6 pack plus 2 extras. That's plenty to be getting on with. And I can start sewing those in the evenings. I don't like to sew too much because my needle is very sharp and I'm a little bit hack-handed and I sometimes hurt my finger if I go for too long. So anyway, let's get started. Let's take our treats. Let's ignore the dirty hob. Ignore that. We ignore the mess. Don't clean, but say you do. Anyway, it's actually the middle of the afternoon. I didn't just finish my phone call, but after I had my video call, I had to message my sister, and then I called my uncle, and then I called my other uncle, and then I called my auntie, just for a catch up. And time just got away with me. I don't call people very often, so when I do, I like to have a nice, good conversation. And that always lifts my spirits. Okay, up we go. Oh, that did take a few trips to get everything upstairs. So, filling up my iron. Oh. So that pen I was mentioning, if you do English paper piecing, you'll know about them. This is Sew Line. Oh, look at that pretty pony. Nina, you're so pretty. You're so pretty. I love you. I love you. This is the pen and it's so great. It's so easy to use because, well, we're all used to using pens and yeah, it's so fab. And this may be considered a luxury item actually, but with crafting, I think it's so worth just to enjoy using the tools you have. All of these hexis I pulled out from the blanket that the rosettes I've done already, and I'm going to reuse them, but they're a little bit tatty, so I want to iron them. It's just occurring to me now there is a tiny bit of residue of glue. I'm not going to show you, you won't be able to see it. It just looks a tiny bit shiny. So maybe I'll grab some paper. But yeah, obviously when they're new they're beautifully crisp, and then when you've used them they look a little bit raggedy, but that's fine, they're still usable, and I want to keep using them until they are torn or damaged in some way. So, let's iron some paper and iron some fabric. That's my background fabric. Again, it looks so much brighter on the screen, but what you gonna do? And I've got something for a little podcast watching. And tastes just like a blueberry muffin. Might not put that on there. Oh yes. The setup is very important. Got it. Nailed it. Nina could sit there for hours and just look at everything going by. We're on the 2nd floor, so we're super high up. She can see what everybody's getting up to. I don't know how they've done it. How? How is that so tasty? It's just a mince pie. Actually, serious talk. Great British Bake Off. Current series. I used to love the Bake Off. I used to love watching it. I hate this series. They've sabotaged the contestants. I came to this conclusion. If you don't watch the Bake Off, it's really boring. But on one week, they had to make chocolate brownies. Anyone can bake a brownie. I believe a brownie is the cornerstone of baking, right next to a Victoria sandwich. I feel very impassioned about my baking. And it had to be a chewy brownie. Every single contestant ruined their brownie. Someone put a cheesecake topping on it. Someone else did something else ridiculous. If one of them had just made just a brownie, they would have won. But no. They're not allowed to make just brownie. They had to go off and do some ridiculous things to the brownies. They ruined the brownies. And then this week, technical challenge, they had to make a pond pudding. It's a suet pudding. I don't think they do that anywhere else in the world. This is very British. It's proper stodge. The best kind of puddings are stodgy puddings. It is a pie, essentially, and it has a whole lemon in it, which sounds bizarre, but when you cook it with the sugar and the sugar mixture, you end up with it's like a lemon drizzle, but in a stodgy pie, and then you have it with custard. Oh. No one had enough time. Not one person could do it. I was furious with the show. Don't sabotage those contestants. Honestly. They were not given enough time. That is my rant on the Bake Off. All I want from the Bake Off is for the contestants to have enough time and for them to do well. I hate seeing them fail. I feel stressed. I'm watching these poor people. We've had cakes falling on the floor. We've had a mudslide. If you like drama, watch this series of Bake Off. It is abominable, but the humour is very good. The two hosts, do you call them hosts? They don't really host anything. They're not judges. The two comedians, I'm not sure quite what they do on the show, but they do elevate the show greatly. They are brilliant. But if I were a contestant, I would be very annoyed with them. They are a distraction. They are not helpful and they do silly things. So it's great to watch. But honestly, ever since it has moved from the other channel to Channel 4, it's not been the same. It has not been the same. Was it BBC before? Also, I did like Mary Berry. And now there is no more Mary Berry. I liked her because she was funny, but she was so harsh. Like, so harsh, but in a lovely granny way. So she was so kind and lovely, but she would tell you that you had a soggy bottom. Brilliant. Let's move on. That is my rant from the Bake Off. If I'm vlogging next week, I will also update you on my gripes of the Bake Off. Some of you may not agree with me. You may be very much enjoying watching people fail. It kind of was funny when someone knocked someone else's cake on the floor. It was funny. It was funny. And then the cake person, the knocker, then won the challenge. Oh, that'd be mortifying. You just destroyed somebody else's bake, but then you won. I'd have just died. I'd be mortified. He could have my win. Be quiet, Christina, we've got things to do. You see, you're distracting me, you cheeky people. Just want to chat with you all day. Beans, will you say hello to everybody? You're so pretty. And you're clever, yes we know. Over here. No. You're gonna twat me one. You're gonna give me a wallop. You're gonna go pow. We don't want that. Isn't it pretty out there? Pretty colours, pretty houses. Ah. Open the window a little bit. She likes to sniff the autumn air.